So, you're sitting on the couch and life is passing you by. You keep procrastinating over and over again. Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel tomorrow. Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel next week. No, do it right now. You can make $200 per day without being on camera, without using your own voice, without spending hours editing videos, and without creating your own thumbnails. Caleb will show us how.
I was able to get my dream car, my dream condo, and be able to make over $250,000 a year from a YouTube business model called YouTube automation. Now, the really cool thing about YouTube automation doesn't require you to edit your own videos, put your face out there on camera. In fact, it really is pretty easy work compared to the traditional way of being a YouTuber. So if you want to learn how to do this for yourself, to have freedom out there from YouTube, keep watching this and I'll break it down for you.
You know, I don't know what it is, bro. Every entrepreneur or wantrepreneur or contrapreneur, this is on first glance, right? First glance. They all have that same type of like overhyped intro.
As soon as today is it's more that after the intro.
At this point, well, YouTube is what, 10 years old at least? It's overplayed, man. It is overplayed. You need to stop. This is only posted like 10 months ago. This is overplayed, man. Come on. Come on.
Okay, so before we break down how this business model works, I wanted to go ahead and probably talk about just who I am. You're probably wondering, okay, well, who is this guy? What's his credibility? And what kind of information do I need to know about him? Okay, so I'll try to speed through my story because I don't want to make it super long and boring. But pretty much, when I started out, I started with $200 in my bank account. I reached out to a YouTuber who had over 1 million subscribers to learn from that YouTuber. He went ahead and taught me everything I needed to know about YouTube. I then started to meet with some of the biggest YouTube stars. At the time, they weren't so big. One of those guys was Mr. Beast. Now, Mr. Beast at the time only had 800,000 subscribers, but now he has over 30 million subscribers. And so I worked with him and a bunch of other YouTubers in this group, and we would always try to learn how to grow on YouTube, try to figure out the tactics, and we stumbled upon this business model called YouTube automation.
Basically, if you want YouTube growth, it comes down to two things: click-through rate, having engaging titles, and engaging. Well, I guess you can say an engaging word. You don't want to use more than maybe 2 or 3 words in your thumbnails. Using non-YouTube colors, avoid using red, white, black. You know, use more orange, blue, green, purple, stuff like that. And that's one aspect, the click-through rate, eye-catching images. Next aspect is engagement. We don't really care about hearing about your life story. We don't really care about hearing how your day went, unless it's like a vlog type of thing. But if you're talking about information, get to the point ASAP, no Rocky. And that's pretty much it. Do those 2 things and your channel will ultimately grow.
So after we stumbled upon that business model, I then learned how to go ahead and replicate kind of what they were doing, what they figured out, and do it for myself with these YouTube channels. And so I would grow these YouTube channels, take them off and everything, and I would have a team that helps me with the production. Now, right there, you may be thinking to yourself, wait, but does that mean I need employees? Does that mean I have to figure all that stuff out? I don't have money to hire a team. Now, this is where the cool thing about YouTube automation comes into play. The cool thing is you actually don't need to pay like an actual salary to these people. These people are called freelancers. Now, freelancers online are pretty much these people who just want some side income, who want to work on maybe an edit of your video, or they'll help you with script writing your video, narrating your video. They'll pretty much do the video production for a cheap rate. Now, I'll get a little bit more into that later into this video and break it all down how it works, but I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know just my credibility from that angle. I've worked with some of the biggest YouTube stars. One of them is Preston with over 10 million subscribers. Hey Caleb, how comfy is that Lego bed? It's really comfy. Honestly, are you lying to me right now? I invest $3,000 into Legos just to change beds. The sad thing is, guys, these
work with does not imply he contributed to his success. I'm just saying. I can work for Apple, doesn't mean I own Apple or that I necessarily. They could replace you at any point, right? If I work for Apple or Facebook, right? You're replaceable unless you're like a top executive. But just because you work with, he has this is a 10 million subscribed channel person, right? But he's essentially insinuating that he was had a vital part in Preston's success, which at the moment you don't really know that.
Legos did cost us almost $3,000. They are not cheap. And I've just been able to work with so many other YouTubers and get them a ton of subscribers simply because I know my stuff. And so I want to real quick break that down before we go further in the video so you guys know that you're talking to someone who's legit. Okay, so the thing I'm going to break down next is I'm going to show you some YouTube channels who are actually applying this business model, because you've seen them all around and you're maybe thinking to yourself, wait, I don't know if I've ever heard of this business model. I don't even know what it is. And the truth is you've actually seen these channels. So I'll be showing you some channels that actually are applying these tactics so you can see maybe you can apply them too. Now, the main channel I wanted to break down was this channel called Looper. Now, there's several of them. I'll put them on the screen so you can see different types of channels, but the main one I'm going to be talking about is Looper. Now, Looper is a channel that goes around movies, TV shows.
Hold up. He has all these channels he's taken to, I guess, let's say 6 figures. Why are you showing us all these other channels? Show us your channels. Is this the point of the video?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Talks about famous, actors, stuff like that. It's mainly in that niche. And pretty much what it is I'll play like a real fast clip of what they actually do, how they edit their video, how everything works. I'll play a clip of that so you can kind of see their video editing style and how it works.
Once upon a time, Tom Holland was best known for starring in the stage version of Billy Elliot in the 2012 disaster flick, The Impossible. Of course, that all changed when the British actor appeared in Captain America: Civil War, donning the iconic Spider-Man suit to fight against Steve Rogers.
What's up, everybody?
Marvel fans everywhere thought Holland absolutely killed it as Peter Parker, and they also agreed he looked ripped as everybody's favorite web slinger. He might have even made—
As you can see in that video, you can tell that there's no face, right? There's no person talking to you with face, but there is a narration, right? And there's a script. What you guys probably don't know, there's a script behind it. The guy is reading off a script that someone else made for him. And then on top of that, they have an editor that then puts all those two people together and creates a really amazing video. Again, back to what I said in the very beginning. You may be thinking right here, well, here's the thing. I don't have the money to pay these people to do this work for me. And it doesn't matter if you have $0 or not. The truth is, this business model you can get started on even with $0. Of course, at the very beginning of the time, if you don't have any money where you can hire people to help you out, obviously you're gonna go ahead and have to do some of the video editing yourself and some of the work yourself. But once you just get just a little bit of money, let's say $300-400 a month off of that YouTube channel that you created, you can then take that money and then put it into these free—
come on, that's a bunch of horse shit. Come on, that's a bunch of horse shit. Come on, that's a bunch of horse shit.
$300 to $400 per month is no joke. Even it might sound small, but that is no joke. That means you're pulling at least 300,000 views per month. Depending on your genre of niche, let's say you make $1 per 1,000 views, right? Let's say $1, it's just $1, right? That's at least 300,000 views. 300 divided by 1 or by 1,000, $200. So that's a lot, and you're probably gonna get monetized as well. You're looking at least, I'd say 2 years, 2 to 3 years to actually get monetized on YouTube. I'm just saying.
To help you create content for you, then you just start scaling it like a company would scale their company. And then eventually you can take yourself out of the business model. You don't have to do any of the work. You really can just sit back, relax, and see the money coming in as your team works for you and gets the videos done for you. Ultimately, it's an investment called YouTube automation. That's literally what it is. It's automating your YouTube channel. Now, here's the problem with normal traditional YouTube stars. Again, I've worked with some huge ones like Preston with over 10 million subscribers. And one thing I really noticed about what his business model is, one of the difficulties is that all the views are dependent on his face. It's very hard for Preston to just step back away from his YouTube channel. Mainly, he's getting views from his face. People are watching his content because they want to see his face. And
that is what leads to actual YouTube success. No one wants to listen to some next robot talking about thing. This is what I assume is the more likely scenario when it comes to YouTube automation. You essentially have a robot that does text to speech, and then you just post the video. This is not as cool as the one he was showing earlier, but this is what I feel is the more likely scenario.
r/ask Reddit by Reddit and chill. What are some ways you can make extra money on the side that isn't a scam or illegal? If you play an instrument well, you might be able to play for a nursing home. They typically schedule multiple musicians every week. Glamorous and a path to fame it is not. However, the residents enjoy it and they usually only play 1 hour during lunch or dinner. Most make between $75 to $125. That's not bad for an hour of work. Shit, I should stop doing that with my kazoo. The nursing home will love grandma got ran over by a reindeer. JK, I'm actually better at the guitar than the kazoo tbh.
Right? Either two things, either the commonality of seeing your face on camera or hearing your voice on camera, right? You have a bunch of you could say music commentary channels. You don't see their face, but you can hear that same voice and their same commentary about a variety of, industry plans on YouTube, one-hit wonders, stuff like that.
Now, Lil Nas X song Removed? Say what? What's going on? You might have already heard about the whole story regarding the streaming issue Lil Nas X was going through yesterday. It kind of became a big deal over on Twitter, and obviously, Black, you gotta speak on it. So, yeah. Let's talk about it. Now
Yeah, let's get into it, man. This oink oink known as Doug Ford did another quote unquote lockdown / restriction /
What's going on, guys? I'm Jada Black. I want to talk about Olympian athlete Lolo Jones. I actually made a video.
So what is essential to most people's success on YouTube is creating notoriety with the person on camera, whether it be in how they look, their race, right? How they talk, you know, are they from the UK, you know, my Londoners, are they from Canada, whatever. But once you take yourself out of it, now it's like you're easily replaceable and anybody can easily replicate that success, which makes you harder to stand out compared to the next channel. Personality is what carries any channel on YouTube, pretty much.
That makes it very difficult for you to completely take yourself out of the business and relax. Now, that's why I was saying YouTube automation is one of the greatest things that you can do with YouTube, because it allows you where you don't even have to have a face out there. So you can have different people be stars of your YouTube channel without you having to be the star of the YouTube channel. And that allows you to scale it, that allows you to not have to really touch it, and most importantly, you can actually sell these YouTube channels down the road like real companies. Because companies will actually pay you because they realize that they don't need you for it. They can just pay you, take it over themselves, and build it up like a normal company, which is one of the greatest things. The issue with a personality, you know, having your face out there on camera, is you can't really sell that. You know, it's totally dependent on you. And so companies are not really willing to buy that, right? Because it still depends on you to bring in the views. So that's why YouTube automation is one of the greatest businesses you can get in right now, because it allows so much more scalability and long-term success. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to end up putting a screenshot on the screen so you can kind of see how it works, how we funnel, how we create the content. It's almost like an assembly line. That's the way I set up my team. That's the way I manage my team, my channels. It's assembly line. You can see how it starts off with a video idea, right? Then we turn it into a thumbnail. And then after turning it into the thumbnail, we then turn it over to the scriptwriter. The scriptwriter will then send it over to the narrator, and then the narrator will send it over to the video editor, and then the video editor will send it over to us to review the whole video all together, and we upload the video. You see, it's a whole assembly line that gets put together. And by doing it this way, you actually get an amazing piece of quality content that you can then post out there publicly on YouTube that gets millions of views and makes you millions of dollars. Now let's actually
Quality content, millions of views. He still hasn't told us which of his channels has made all this money. My guy, Wagwan.
Talk about how much you could make from this YouTube channel. I know that's a lot of you guys are probably thinking about that, and so I want to break that down for some of you. Now, here's the thing about just in general YouTube automation, how much you can expect to make, okay? Now, there's no guaranteed result. There's no guaranteed how much you can make. It varies for so many people, and there's so many different factors into it. For example, the niche that you're in, that has a huge key element in just making money on YouTube and getting a ton of views. If you're in a niche that's super popular, that's good because you're going to get more views, which means probably more money. But generally speaking, I've seen people, the average person who started this business model, applied the tactics that I gave them and the mentorship I gave them. I've seen the average person within like 6 months start making profit over $2,000 a month. And that's profit. So that means after you pay for your team, after you cover, you have your team cover all the videos for you, so you don't have to do any of the work. These guys aren't really doing any work at all, and they're coming out with like $2,000 a month after everything. That's a decent chunk of money, not to mention how much you can make if you really want to put your energy into it. Because if you put more time and energy yourself into it, probably make way more money than that. Now let's break down exactly how you make money from YouTube, because some of you guys probably don't know that either. So the way you make money with YouTube, a lot of people think that when you upload a YouTube video, for 24 hours or so, you make money off of it and then it dies off immediately. But that's not the case. In fact, so many videos you post, let's say you posted a video 2 years ago, that video can still make you money to this day. It can make you $20 plus a day. I have a lot of videos that is making me a lot of money that I uploaded a lot.
Still amazed by the stuff that comes out of your mouth. I don't understand why I did not see this coming. I do not understand why I did not see this coming. I don't even know what to say to you right now. I need you to shut the hell up for the immediate future.
Which videos, bro? Which videos? Which of you showed us Brightside and some next channel. You did not show us your videos. Which are your videos? Which are your videos? Which channels do you own? This man's literally speaking in parables.
That still to this day is making me money. That's why YouTube is so great. Unlike other platforms, your content will die out so quickly, but with YouTube, your content will stay alive for a long period of time.
Good point. Good point. Very good point. Very good point. I don't see too many people liking an Instagram post from 2 years ago, but a YouTube video, because of the YouTube search aspect of it, very feasible. You can't even search a picture necessarily on YouTube. I mean on Instagram. TikTok, sort of. Yeah, sort of. But usually Instagram, TikTok is very heavily on what that platform or that algorithm recommends to you. Whereas on YouTube, you get what the algorithm pushes towards you, but also you got the search feature. The search feature is what really helps smaller channels and smaller creators on YouTube.
You money for work that you did long ago. Now the way you make money is from a thing called ad revenue. Now ad revenue is the ads that you see before, in the middle, and after of your YouTube video. You've probably seen it all over the place on YouTube videos whenever you're browsing, whatever. You hate those ads, but the truth is those ads pay the bills for that YouTuber. Okay, so now you're probably asking yourself, okay, that's cool. I want to get into this business model, but I want to learn more. Like I don't know anything. Like I want to get into it. What's the strategies?
Here comes the pitch. My spidey senses are tingling.
Spider sense. Spider sense tingling. You say something, Parker. Parker? Something funny's going on here. My spider sense is going full blast.
So that's why I wanted to let you know about an academy that I made. Now this academy is called the YouTube Automation Academy. Now in the YouTube Automation Academy, I give you everything step by step, how I've been able to make multiple YouTube channels of over 3 million subscribers totally.
Which channels? Which channels? Which channels? Which channels? Is it all in the YouTube Creator Academy or YouTube whatever Academy?
I'll tell you my secret, sir. I lie to myself. Every morning when I wake up, I say everything's gonna be okay, but I'm lying. And I don't know how much longer I can do it.
And over 400 million views. And how all those YouTube channels have been able to pay me so much money, and how you can get started step by step yourself. I give you success stories and teach you all the little fundamentals you need to know. I show you how people with over 10 million subscribers, the tactics that they use, that I've learned from them, and I just relay it to you guys in the course. I give you so much information, not to mention that you have access to a group chat. Now the group chat is a Facebook group where we go ahead and communicate with a bunch of other members in the academy. You can collaborate with other members, learn from other members and their success, and just in general, it's a great community where people can work together. Not to mention the fact that I'll be giving away monthly Q&A live streams. So every month in the group, I'll be giving away monthly Q&A live streams. So I'll go ahead and answer all the questions that you have around the business model and helping you guys out. Now,
so he's making all this money on these channels, right? But now he's going to take away time from his channels to help other people be more of his competition. You know, I have no problem telling people to start a YouTube channel. Why? I doubt you're going to get the same type of audience as me just because I'm a black. Maybe you're white, maybe you're Asian, whatever. Your demographic is gonna be different. Your country different demographic as well is gonna be different. Number 2, you're not gonna talk about the same things as I talk about it. I'm sure some of y'all are subscribed to some reaction channels. You're not subscribed to every reaction channel on YouTube. Why? They don't necessarily react to the same type of content. There are some reaction channels in the comedy niche on YouTube, some reaction channels in the music, and then some reaction channels in the just mundane regular stuff, right? Just maybe they react to other dating topics or whatever it is. I can promise y'all this. I love y'all. Hopefully y'all love me a little bit, just a little bit too. But once the channel gets to the point where it's making me at least, let's say 10K per month, I'm not gonna take time away to make videos to teach other people how to make videos just like me. I might drop a little video, make a little tutorial. Like, you know, recently I dropped a how to edit reaction style videos on your iPhone without using a laptop. Definitely want to check out that video. Top tier. I dedicated a whole hour just to that video. But to take on the monthly coaching calls, customer support, that has a lot of energy. You know, that is like a full-time job in itself, let alone actual YouTube. So I'm concerned. I'm concerned about his business model.
Now you may be asking yourself, that's cool, that sounds interesting, but here's the thing, do you have any success stories? And I'm glad you asked, because of course I have success stories. Let's talk about Foco. So Foco joined my academy, he learned a lot of the tactics from me, and literally he came to me when he was only making 200 subscribers a day. 200 subscribers.
Let's look at Foco real quick. Foco, right? F-O-E-K-O. Okay, Foco. 1.47 million subscribers. Not bad, pretty good. But we know, just because you have that many subscribers does not necessarily mean you're making money on YouTube. Demonetization, type of content, copyright, stuff like that. He hasn't posted in 5 months. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Extremely interesting. Extraordinarily interesting. Concerning. Over 5 months hasn't posted anything. let's continue.
It's still pretty good a day, but it's not good, right? And so he came to me asking for tips, advice, needed to get the academy information. I gave him the information, and guess what, guys? Within 2 weeks of applying the tactics, he ended up getting a 32,000 subscriber day. That means in a single day, he made 32,000 subscribers. Not to mention now he has over 1 million subscribers. He's one of our most successful students in the academy, making and killing the game. And he makes way more money than me now. I mean, he makes over $40,000 a month off of his YouTube channel. Now, that's not the only one. There's so many more success stories I can just pop up on the screen right now that you can see. So many people who tried the...
Screenshots don't mean shit, man. Screenshots don't mean shit. You've seen examples of people on Shopify who they do some metadata stuff and they manipulate the web page to show a certain amount of income.
But then another way that they can actually do it, which is a more like kind of advanced way, and that is by actually changing the HTML, which is basically the text behind this web page. So you can literally use the developer tools in any browser, doesn't matter what browser you're in, and you can literally change these numbers. So instead of 13,000, let's make that 13 million. Bam, just like that, right? And you can literally go and change every single number, every single value here you can change. You see what I'm saying? Like literally every single one. And so people will go and do this, and that's how they'll actually create their screenshots, is by this very thing. You see what I mean? And I mean, it's some dummy data, but it looks like it's there, right? And if from an untrained eye, you would not know that that's not real.
So screenshots don't mean shit. Honestly, I feel like the only way you can really know whether or not people are actually making as much money as they say they are is by seeing their tax returns. Screenshots, they're overplayed. You can't really rely on them. Tax returns now. How much you paid in taxes and how much money you declare to the government of your local country. Now that one, I want to know. That one would solidify my whole claim, right? You know what I'm saying? That's of course the money you are declaring is from the courses and not the actual business. So even that is like,
Academy and everything, and they got the best results, and they're changing the game. That's what I'm saying. This academy breaks down everything you need to know on how to start a YouTube automation channel and make it happen for you. So let's real quick go over what you'll get in the academy. You'll get access to over 5 hours worth of content in the academy, not to mention constant updates that I'll be adding into the video. So that means whenever the algorithm changes, because let's be real with YouTube, the algorithm can sometimes change. Don't worry guys, I'll make videos updating you guys about the algorithm changes so you can stay ahead of the curve compared to everybody else. Not to mention you'll get lifetime access. So if you get into the academy, you'll get lifetime access into it. You'll get tactics and information from people with over 10 million subscribers that I've learned that'll go ahead and show you guys that honestly changed the game for me with YouTube. You'll get the community, you'll have a community access to a bunch of other members, and you'll have personal access to me to ask for mentorship, help, questions you have when it comes down to doing channels. Not to mention the step-by-step blueprints and worksheets you'll get by accessing the academy, and special discounts for softwares and different things that we recommend. And honestly, the most important thing and lucrative thing in my opinion is the Q&A. The monthly live streams that we do in the private group where we teach you everything, answer questions that you have, is the most important thing in my opinion, because that's where you're gonna really get real value and real information for sure. And
so if you click on his course, academy course, right? What do we get? Let's have a sneaky look real quick. $597. You may be asking, what is YouTube automation? Watch this video to find out. Okay. Wait, let's actually hold up. He has you see in this image right here, right? He has 2 plaques. First of all, the one on the right, the YouTube name is blocked or hidden. Interesting. But the one on the left here, presented to Up Next for passing 100,000 subscribers, YouTube. Let's have a look at Up Next, shall we? Up Next. UP Next. Okay. 200,000 subscribers. With 200,000 subscribers, they're getting about 2% engagement. Interesting. So, this might be the con to not having a personality run channel. Right? People don't really come for you and hear what you have to say. They just come, they're more selective in what they come to watch on that channel. Whereas if it's personality driven or voice driven, right? Maybe you're on your Morgan Freeman tip, your narration skills are just on point, then they might tune in to watch anything you post just because it's you.
Okay, so let's see what we have, and I'll be quiet. Okay, here we go.
There he was, the man in the red checkered shirt, holding his selfie stick, trying to get that perfect selfie. Perfect selfie Paul, that's what we called him. How he loved that selfie stick. Looking for that perfect selfie. Could this be the one? The light's just right? Maybe over by this wall? No. Not perfect enough for perfect selfie Paul.
But if you're this type of channel, right? You have 200,000 subscribers and pulling in like 2K views, 500 views after 4 weeks. So it's not all sunshine and roses. And again, with YouTube, you can fall off pretty easily. Just because you have a 10K month or a 5K month or even a 2K month 1 month doesn't guarantee the next month will be the same, especially if you are making trendy type of videos, right? A movie releases, you do a review about it, but then after maybe 2 months, 2 years or so, the movie dies down. But if you're making evergreen content, such as maybe how to rent with bad credit, or how to improve credit, or how to edit a reaction style video, that's something that people will constantly want to look for. So whatever you're about to make a video about, is this something that is hot right now and maybe you can capitalize on, or do you want to focus more on creating long-term content? See, I have too many examples. So many videos on my channel got maybe 10 views, 20 views, 5 views the first day, but 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, and even a year down the line, they are now thousands of views, right? So this YouTube shit is not no quick fix or quick thing. I have this one video, my Airbnb video, right? Lifetime. First day, it got about 20 views. This is May 6, 2020. June, July, August, September. My Airbnb video, it got 20 views the first day, May 6th, right? But it wasn't until, you could say, March of the following year, 2021, that it reached its peak in views. And it's still growing every month, right? Because it's credit, people who have bad credit or people who've been evicted, they want to know how they can still rent an apartment. Stuff like that, top tier stuff. So it seems that's the only example of a channel that he runs successfully, quote unquote. So throughout this whole landing page, the only channel we can verify is the Up Next channel, and that channel seems to be struggling. So whether or not you want to spend $500 to know how to get 2% engagement on your channel, hey, hey, you do you. But basically, you need to be on camera. You need to be editing your videos. If you want to know how to edit, watch that video right here on how to edit reaction style videos off your iPhone. No laptop needed. Just straight iPhone, iMovie, Documents app, and you're good to go. Free. My method is free and only requires maybe 3 to 6 hours of editing of your time. That's about it. Or watch my other video right here about the best Amazon gift ideas for men, minimalist edition, because I don't want to waste. I don't want people to just spend money on anyhow. So minimalist edition, watch that video right here as well. Alright, YouTube automation, probably not your best bet. Probably. Most likely. Definitely. But as always, if it doesn't feed you, don't water it. And too much of any good thing is good for nothing. How you lot doing today? Say it with me. I'm doing more, saying less, and keeping that same energy. No cap. Flip the script. I'm out. Deuces. Bow.
Her hair did her nails, then she did a flip on me. All the mother get up on my wrist, that drip on me. And when I'm on the stage, you know I got that stick on me.
Like a hurricane, got that drip on me. Her panties down, almost drowned, it's a tsunami. We was meant to be like a pair of shoes. Shawty got my back like a parachute.